Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're going to take a look at another great CB radio setup from President Radios. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Appreciate you joining us. So today we're going to take a look at this President Bill CB radio setup that I've chosen for my F-150. I wanted something a little unique compared to my FJ Cruiser, and when I sold it, the radio and everything I left in the vehicle, included in the package when I sold it to the gentleman. So I wanted something that didn't like scream CB radio. And so I got to looking around, and because I had such good luck with President, I looked on their website. I found an antenna that I thought would work great, and a radio that was real low profile, very small, compact, that I thought would do really well, and I want to share that with you guys. I want to thank the folks over at President for sending this over for our review. I've had it for a week or two now, been using it quite often, traveling around some, and it's worked great. And what I'll do is in the section below down there, I will post up there's a couple videos of some guys that did some extensive testing on both of these units, and I will include some links for their videos because they do a much better job as far as an in-depth review if you're interested. But if you just want an overview, this video will talk about that. But if you also, if you have maybe a truck or even your wife's vehicle, you want to put a CB antenna on and a CB radio, but you don't want the bulk of having all that and looking like a CB radio or anything like that. You don't want to turn your wife's sedan into the General Lee with some big antenna hanging off of it. So they've come up with some antennas that work well for that application, and that's what I went with for this setup. And you can see it. If you look, you don't see what normally looks like a big, huge CB antenna. And what I went with, I'll show you the packaging real quick. So it is the President New York antenna. So there's the packaging, kind of give you an idea. And we'll go up here on top of the truck real quick, kind of show you. So that's it. Very sleek, very modern looking, does not look like a CB antenna. Most people would not think that's a CB at all. So they might think satellite radio, they might think something else, maybe even some type of mobile phone amplified kind of antenna, but that's it. Very unique design. You can have this in the straight up position if you wanted. It is a little bit of adjustable there, but I like it leaned back in that position. Just kind of looks more, you see a lot of the more modern antennas that are on vehicles now, they kind of lean back like that. So let's take a look. So the way I wired it is pretty simple. I just ran it across here, put it into there, across. So the reason I went in here, it kind of protects it from where the door shuts, and then comes just kind of follow your molding. I could have done maybe a little better hiding the wires, but it's fine. We'll go inside the truck here and take a look exactly what it looks like. So if you look here, very small and compact. I'm gonna crank out my truck, it's a little warm out here. All right, so if you look, there's the size of my hand, and I can almost cover it. Very small and compact, but it's packed with features. That's the one thing I like about President radios. They have a lot of great features and in the radios. I mentioned this before in a couple other videos that I've done videos about President. Used to be a Cobra guy, but Cobra, in my opinion, is not even in the game when it comes to comparing to President radios. The build quality, the chassis, in other words, the housing that everything's in is just much better, all that. So this radio when you get it, it's going to come with your microphone, a mounting bracket, extra fuse, the little hanger for your microphone, all the necessary things you'll need. It comes just with raw wire on the end. I've added the cigarette adapter. Talked about that before, the 12-volt adapter. Talked about that before. I like being modular, where I don't have to, unhook a bunch of wires to try putting in another vehicle. I could literally, in a quick emergency or needed to switch vehicles real quick, unplug it, take it in. I could, just unscrew the antenna wire. You're done. Real simple. So they sell these about any hardware store, auto type store, auto parts store, anything like that. So a few of the features I'll discuss real quick, and then I'll kind of get into looking at the radio. Again, reference those videos that I'm going to put in the section below down there. I'll also put a link to my Amazon store where you can find this radio and the antenna and things like that. So it's got the automatic squelch control, which is kind of unique to President Radio, and I really love that feature. I've talked about that before. 7-color display. It's got a weather channel, weather alert, all that good stuff that you would need. Perfect for overlanding, prepping, survival, that type of application. I like that you literally could wedge that between 2 seats. In between your seat and your console, pretty easy if you didn't even want to mount it. So I've got it mounted to Velcro. I may end up mounting it like I did with the FJ. Started out with Velcro and I wound up just using the mounting bracket. This mounting bracket's unique in the fact that you put the bracket on and the radio actually slides down into like a little channel into that mounting bracket. So there's no, used to you had like the little thumb screw type things that you had to tighten on both sides. This one you don't do that. You just slide it in and it locks in place, then you can take it back out. So it's kind of cool in that regard too. So to get into this radio, you, let's see here, hang on. I have to do something real quick. I'm going to show you a couple real quick features. So it has a USB plug right here. So if you want to charge something off of this, you can with a USB cord. Here's the emergency button, which will switch between 3 channels. So right now it's on 19. It's going to 9. Back to 19, but if, let's say for instance, I'll show you. So it's on 22 right now, and I go to 9, 19, and 22. So that's why I say if you want to keep it, let's say you're doing a convoy or, your trail buddies, and you want to keep it on, let's say 23. But you want to flip it back to 19 when you're traveling on the interstate or whatever, and then 9 is the kind of the generic emergency channel for CB radios. Also, your weather.
It's moving toward the northwest near 13 miles per hour, and this general motion is expected.
So this button here will get you in and out of the weather.
Decrease.
Back to the regular radio. So your automatic squelch control is this button here. This is your squelch. So let me turn the volume up. So there's squelch on. If in the position all the way forward like this, that is an automatic squelch control. So anytime it picks up a strong enough signal to come through, it will break squelch and come in as a signal. You can back that off and change it how your squelch you want. But that right there is that. Just FYI, the antenna does not have any SWR adjustment. It is pre-tuned, so you do not have to do any adjusting to it. So that's one thing that I wished it had some adjustment, but it does not. All right, so you also have a Roger beep if you want Roger beep. Some people like that, some people don't. Then you've got your, get my glasses on here, that back print back there is a little small. Let me see. On this back button here, you've got noise blanker, high cut, all that type features in here, like that. So if you want to cut the radio off, so my 12 volt that I have it plugged in is hot all the time. It's a constant hot. So if I want to turn it off, you just turn it all the way to the left. It will cut it off. If you want to get into the features of inside the radio, I'll show you that here in just a minute, but I'm going to show you this real quick before I do that. So you notice there's no way to adjust. It doesn't look like there's any way to adjust channels. Well, see this LCD screen here? You actually push it down and up. It rocks. It's like a rocker switch. So that's kind of cool. They built that feature into that LCD screen there, which is kind of cool. So, like I said, if you want to get into the mode settings, push down on this button here. Turn the radio on, and if you notice, that's the color. And then you can change. You can either do it by going up and down this way, or you can use your microphone, and I'll show you that here in a minute also. But to show you a few of the colors: purple, kind of a green, yellowish color, kind of a sea green, more of a bluish purple, green, red. That's clear or white, purple. Kind of go through the colors there. The interior lights in this thing, in this truck's kind of a bluish color, so I just do it to match that. Normally, is what I do. So just like that, and then hit it again. Cut it back off, back on. It will stay in the blue. Microphone also is included. Their microphones have, at least on this model, has the up and down buttons here to change your channels up and down from the microphone itself, which is pretty handy, to be honest with you. You can hear it clicking over like that. So I did some testing just kind of out on the interstate the other day, doing some radio checks with some truck drivers and things like that. I was getting roughly around 5-mile range at the furthest point. So, this is not one of these high-tuned rigs, and you're not going to be able to high-tune this thing and get a lot of power out of it. It's just not set up and designed that way. But if you're wanting something, I'm going to flip through the channels just to see. No, I live pretty far out in the country and don't have a lot. Unless Skip's rolling in, then I can hear some stuff. But normally I don't hear a lot of radio traffic when where I'm at my location at my home. I would need a much larger antenna to be able to accomplish that. So, a base unit would probably work fine, but not something like this. But anyway, just kind of wanted to show you guys this new radio. It's not new to the market. It's been around for a little while. But if you are looking for something small, compact, that's easy to maneuver as far as in a vehicle, if you're tight on space, anything like that, this right here would work great. Again, that antenna, you can match any antenna you wanted to this. So if you wanted to do a Little Wilson, or one of the other presidents, or one of the big fire sticks or anything like that, you're more than welcome to do that. But if you want more of a covert or low profile type setup, you could go with what I have, which is I like for this application. But anyway, guys, hope that was helpful. Again, I want to thank the folks over at President Radio for letting us take this in for review and take a look at it, and I do appreciate that. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.